Hey there, superstars. Welcome to Soulfully Illumined and your weekly quickie. So let's get into it for the week of May 19th into May 25th. It has been intense, right? Like, are you guys feeling those like solar flares and that heightened energy? I'd love to hear down in the comments below what you're experiencing. Because it's an intense period. Like, I know for me, my dreams have been super vivid when I can sleep, and then my body's aching and my throat is still going through this process. It's been quite interesting. So I'd love to hear from you guys as to what's happening with you and what you're experiencing. But, you know, if you don't want to, I totally get it. Regardless, let's get into it. Your weekly quickie. Go ahead and scroll down below to the timestamps. You have a pile 1, a pile 2, a pile 3. Go ahead and click on the pile that best resonates for you, and I will see you at your pile. See you soon. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome to your weekly quickie for the week of May 19th into May 25th. Let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about your week ahead. So for pile 1 collective, pile 1 viewers, what do they need to know about their week ahead? Let's get into the situation as well as advice. We have rebuild. Love that. We're going to pull a clarifier. Thank you. We've got rebuild, find balance. Bottom of the deck is flow. Okay. So I do feel like this is a massive theme for you this week as far as rebuilding. With this card, it's like, with the rebuild, it's like a tower moment. But then you have this find balance card, which is like the 2 of Wands, I believe, right? About planning, about planning and reflection and so forth. And what I'm getting here is you may be undergoing a tower moment at this point. What that means is really a breaking down of an aspect of your ego, an aspect of an old foundation that no longer applies, which is a good thing because it hasn't been supporting you. That's why it's breaking down. So that aspect, if you haven't already been experiencing that, because I do feel like most people are, whether it's conscious or subconscious, there's a lot happening energetically. This is the time of rebuilding. So I feel like your heart is going to be really emphasized for you this week. Your heart is going to be expansive this week, really calling you towards the things that will lighten you up and ask you to actually spread your wings this week. But it's not so much action, hence the going with the flow energy here. This week for you is about taking it light, taking it easy, because everything's still super intense. There's a lot of things that are floating around, including residual energies, residual or old ways still kind of floating around. So you're being called to use your discernment, especially with the find balance, because there's a lot that may be happening for you this week. And so you're being asked to just kind of take a step back, reflect, observe, and really plan to move forward in a way that's more supportive for you. So overall for you, pile 1, I do feel like it's a week of reclaiming, rebuilding, and reorganizing your world. Okay, so like now I'm being drawn to the sun. What's really being highlighted for you this week is where things haven't been solid and where things have been solid. And for some of you that have a lot of clutter in your world, there's going to be a shift this week. Like, I just feel like a lot of things are going to be highlighted for you. It's going to be really evident as to what works in your world and what doesn't, where your heart is calling you towards and where it's not. Follow the flow with this card. It's like surrender the mind, the ego, the expectations of self, the expectations of others, and follow your heart. Notice how in both cards, they're both major arcana and both hands are on the heart space. That's a huge, huge confirmation of that. And then you got the circle, the sun. Okay, so it's a great week for you for following your heart. It's really going to be talking to you this week, or talking to your mind this week, I should say. Yeah, and it's like you're at this point of change and new beginnings. Okay, so pile 1, that is your reading regarding this week ahead. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and do give this video a like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to reading for you guys again. Take care. Bye. Hey there, pal 2. Welcome to your weekly quickie for the week of May 19th into May 25th. Let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this week ahead. Yeah, let's get into it. So for pile 2, Spirit, pile 2 collective, pile 2 viewers, what's going on this week ahead? What do you want them to know? Thank you. We have move. Interesting. And clarifier is helpless and hopeless. Simply love. Okay, some of you have been stuck in the mud. That's what I'm getting, like getting stuck in the mud, have just been like maybe in fight or flight or freeze mode, where you're just overstimulated or you're just overwhelmed and you're like in freeze mode. And, you know, it shows up so subtly with like, you know, the way that you hold your body, the way that you sleep at night, you know, how restless your mind is as well as your body is. You may want to just look it up. But I just feel like this is a week for you where the energies are starting to pick up. It's like with the 7 here, with the move card, I do feel like you're undergoing a heart awakening. And it's almost like it's like this reshifting. I believe I said this about last week, but I don't really remember. I don't really remember too much from previous readings, but it's something about this week for you is a week of the connection between the heart and the solar plexus and how they've been working together. It's almost like that inner child is being emphasized for you this week. That feeling and that feeling of helplessness or hopelessness, it's connected to the heart. There's some heart wounding that's coming up to be healed and released this week for you, pal 2. You may experience that in your dream state or in your physical reality, some triggering with respects to that inner child or, you know, you, the child, that aspect of you from the past that's been wounded. That may be coming up for you this week. And there's a reason for that. It's like it's reconnecting, coming up. It's coming up for you to address, to look at, to really just honor it and simply love yourself right through it. But from an energetic standpoint, there's a connection between the heart and the solar plexus it's almost like a reconnection and a strengthening between those two chakras. So it's like something in the past may have impacted the way that you see yourself and this feeling of empowerment. So I feel like that's kind of coming up this week, to be reconnected or to be strengthened or cleared out. Okay, there is something about simply love here. And I'm being drawn to the book here with the advice from Spirit. There's some sort of wisdom that's coming forth for you this week. And it's like it's in the stillness, it's in the solitude for you, pile 2, and it's somewhat connected to the heart. That's all they're giving me. It's like this inner wisdom. It could come through like a song or a download, but it's in a moment of stillness that you're going to receive this wisdom or information that's going to help, I'm hearing, set you free. So I'm not sure what that's about. But it's like, see how the 7, 8, 6, it's like you're moving forward, and for a moment you may feel like you're moving backwards, but the purpose of moving backwards is to propel you forward. So if you have those moments of feeling like nothing's moving, I can't move, nothing's changing, I'm just moving backwards or whatever, please note that sometimes we have to be in this standstill. Sometimes we have to take a step back in order to move forward in the best way possible. Okay? Is there anything else here? I'm getting something here with the knot here. It's like 2 becoming 1. It's like, but it's, okay, so something about a relationship, pal 2, and this may just be for one person out there, I don't know, take it if it resonates, but it's like the tie you have with somebody, and this could be the wounding that I was referring to, right? If it's about a person, know this, the bond is not as tight, it's not as stuck, it's not as strong as you may think. So if it's a bond that you want to break, no, it's not so hard, you just have to take a step back from it, okay? That's whoever that's supposed to be for, okay? But overall, pal 2, like I feel like the sun's rising for you. Like I feel like you're really protected this week. You're really being honored this week. You're being supported this week because there's something about the emotions as well coming through. There's an aspect of this emotions and supporting the heart and that inner child that's really important for you this week and is really going to help empower you to move forward. Okay, take your time with this. This is so important for your foundation, okay? So, pile 2, thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful. Do give this video a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you'd like. We'd love to have you. And I look forward to reading for you guys again. Take care. Bye. Hey there, pal 3. Welcome to your weekly quickie. And we're doing this reading for the week of May 19th into May 25th. However, you watch this, whenever you watch this, just take what resonates and leave what does not. So let's get into it. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this week ahead. All right, so for pile 3 collective Spirit, pile 3 viewers, what do they need to know about this week ahead? What's happening? What's happening to pile 3? Okay. We got find balance. Now that flips right over. And we have darkest fears in reverse. Good. And then we have nature, bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm getting mind stuff for you this week, pile 3. So pile 3. I know there's a lot of like really intense energies, as I said in the intro. Like we have a lot of the solar flares coming up, or well, we had a lot of solar flares and we're really feeling and experiencing those heightened energies. And it's really helping us to release some old stuff. And I feel like for you, pile 3, your mind may be amplified this week. Certain things may be coming up in your mind this week, and they're coming up to be released. It's kind of like it needs to get really, really big so that way we can see it, and then it just kind of, you know, over time it dissipates. For you, there's something here about this amplification of the mind. Your mind may be acting up this week, so that way you can focus more on bringing balance into your life. And it's really interesting because this is a great time to really observe what is happening mentally in your mind, pile 3. And I feel like that's also one of the reasons why that's coming up. Number one, to transmute it, but number two, to provide you with some creative insight. Because with the balance card here, this is a great opportunity for you to find balance. Number one, the balance between the heart and the mind, and bringing the right blend, the right combination of those two aspects of you. But also within your day-to-day, what really works for you? What really supports you? Especially like if you look at this card, you have like a bed, I don't know, a book, we have a cup, we have like a clock, whatever this is, the sand hourglass. Is that an hourglass? You know, you have all of these things with the finding balance here card. And I feel like that's really emphasized for you this week. This is a week where some things may be amplified for you, such as the mind. Sorry, I know I'm repeating myself. It's just, they give me pieces and then I got to kind of put it together. And then, so then I go back when I understand all the pieces and then I summarize it so I make sure that I'm clear. So for you, pile 3, expect your mind to be a little bit more amplified, okay? But there's a reason. It's showing you what belongs and what doesn't belong. But because you're the master of your own reality, and let me tell you, you truly are. Like, you're now able to separate, whether you realize it or not, what's an intrusive thought and what is true to you at this moment. And so with that gift, with that beautiful, empowering talent, you're now able to say, okay, what is supportive for me and what isn't? And how can I make my physical reality work to really balance and support and nurture these different aspects of myself in greater balance? Does that make sense? So, like I said, with the amplification here, I feel like it's like you're coming to an end of being really in your mind. Because I know, like with like a dark night of the soul moment, you know, it's so easy to get swept up in the storm. But pile 3, I feel like you're really emerging from allowing it to take you under to really empowering yourself to see it for what it is and constructively shift it. I don't know where I'm going with this with you guys, pile 3, but I hope it's making sense. So this week for you is a week of supporting yourself and reorganizing. That's what I'm seeing. It's like a week of taking the opportunity to see clearly and shift your reality in a way that supports you. Okay? Nurture. Strengthening bonds in reverse. And I'm being drawn to the 1. To me, that's the same thing. Okay? It's like you walk through the other side of the darkness. You're no longer in the darkness. You're now in the light. What kind of reality do you want here on this side? Do you want to keep going through the same cycles over and over again through the mind and through your reality? Because you don't have to. You no longer reside in the darkness. You're walking into the light. So what do you need in your world to support that? This is a week of you seeing the clarity of what you need and the propulsion. The propulsion, is that even a word? Basically the fuel, the power, the drive will start to pick up this week, okay? Pile 3, that is your reading regarding this week ahead. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Sorry that took me a little longer to explain than normally, but I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a great week. See you next week. Bye, guys.